Part 1. Introduction and First 2. Science-backed habits. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and suddenly forget why you're there, or when you're mid-conversation and a name just slips away. If that's happened to you, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common worries I hear from folks over 60. Is my memory fading for good? Well, here's the good news. Your brain is far more resilient than you think. And the even better news, there are simple, science-backed habits you can start today to keep your mind sharp, your memory strong, and your confidence high. No fancy pills, no expensive programs, just practical, everyday choices that add up to a big difference. That's exactly what we're diving into today. After 60, do this to keep your brain sharp. 5 science-backed habits to avoid memory loss. We'll cover everything from the foods that fuel your brain to the surprising activity that's like a workout for your mind. And trust me, by the end, you'll feel empowered, not worried about your brain health. So let's start with the first habit, and this one might surprise you. Habit number 1, move your body to boost your brain. You've probably heard that exercise is good for your heart, but did you know it's just as important for your brain? Here's why. When you move, your heart pumps more oxygen-rich blood to your brain, and that sparks the growth of new brain cells. Yes, even after 60. Studies show that regular physical activity can literally slow down brain aging and cut your risk of memory problems by up to 50%. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about consistent, gentle movement. A 30-minute brisk walk most days, some light dancing to your favorite oldies, or even gardening can work wonders. The key? Find something you enjoy, so it sticks. Because the best exercise is the one you'll actually do. And here's a pro tip. Add a little challenge to your walks. Try counting backward from 100 by threes as you stroll, or name all the states you visited. That combo of movement and mental effort. That's like a double shot of brain protection. Habit 2. Habit 2. Feed your brain the right fuel. Ever notice how a heavy, fast food meal leaves you feeling foggy while a plate of salmon and veggies makes you alert? That's not just in your head, it's science. Your brain runs on what you eat, and after 60, the right foods can be your secret weapon against memory loss. So what's on the menu for a sharper mind? Focus on these brain boosters. Omega-3s, like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds. These healthy fats build brain cells and fight inflammation. Colorful berries. Blueberries especially are packed with antioxidants that protect your brain from aging. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are loaded with vitamin K, which studies link to slower cognitive decline. And here's the habit to avoid. Too much sugar and processed food. They don't just hurt your waistline, they create brain fog and even shrink the memory centers of your brain over time. So next time you're craving something sweet, reach for a handful of berries instead. Your brain will thank you. Now, these first 2 habits, moving your body and feeding your brain, are powerful on their own. But there's another game changer you might not expect, and it's all about how you spend your downtime. Part 2. Habits number 3 and number 4, the hidden keys to a sharper mind. You know what's fascinating? Some of the best things you can do for your brain happen when you're not actively trying to train it. In fact, one of the most powerful habits for keeping your memory sharp is something you might be cutting short without even realizing it. So, Nuridis. Habit number 3, prioritize sleep. Like your brain depends on it, because it does. Raise your hand if you've ever bragged about getting by on just 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I get it. When you were younger, maybe you could bounce back after a short night. But here's the truth. After 60, skimping on sleep isn't just about feeling tired the next day. It's like tossing out your brain's filing system overnight. Here's why. During deep sleep, your brain does its housekeeping. It clears out toxins, including those linked to Alzheimer's, sorts memories, and even problem solves. Studies show that people who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep have younger acting brains than those who don't. So how do you sleep better after 60? Try these. Stick to a schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time trains your brain to wind down. Ditch the late-night screens. The blue light from TVs and phones tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Try a brain dump. Keep a notebook by your bed. If worries keep you up, write them down and tell yourself, "I'll handle this tomorrow." And here's a little-known tip. If you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep, don't lie there frustrated. Get up, read a boring book, no screens, under soft light for 20 minutes, then try again. It works like a reset button for your sleep cycle. Habit number 4, train your brain by not trying so hard. Now this one might sound surprising. We've all heard about brain training apps and crossword puzzles, right? But here's the catch. Real brain health isn't about drilling yourself with Sudoku. It's about novelty, and connection. Think about it. When was the last time you learned something completely new? Not just a harder puzzle, but something that made you feel like a beginner again. That's where the magic happens. Because when you challenge your brain in fresh ways, like learning a few phrases in a new language, trying watercolor painting, or even taking a different route to the store, you're forcing your brain to grow in new pathways. And the second part, connection. Loneliness is like kryptonite for your brain. Research shows that socially active seniors have a 70% lower rate of cognitive decline than those who isolate. So call that old friend, join a book club, even online, or chat with your grocery cashier. Every conversation is like a mini workout for your brain. Here's the best part. Combine novelty and connection, and you've got a super habit. Ever thought about taking a dance class with a friend, or cooking a recipe from another culture with your grandkids? That's not just fun, it's neuroscience in action. Now, these 4 habits, movement, nutrition, sleep, and mindful challenge, are already a game changer. But there's one more thing that ties them all together, and it's not what most people expect. End of part 2. Natural lead-in to part 3. It's not a pill. It's not a gadget. It's something you carry with you every single day. Would you like me to wrap up with part 3? Part 3, the final habit and tying it all together. You know, after covering these first 4 habits, moving your body, feeding your brain, prioritizing sleep, and embracing new challenges, there's one golden thread that ties them all together. It's something we rarely talk about when discussing brain health, but without it, none of the other habits stick. Habit Duster 5. Protect your brain by managing stress, the silent memory thief. Here's something that might surprise you. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel frazzled, it literally shrinks your hippocampus, the memory center of your brain. And after 60, your brain becomes more vulnerable to these effects. But here's the good news. You can actually reverse this damage with simple daily practices. The key? Short, frequent stress resets. Unlike the occasional vacation, which is great but not enough, what really moves the needle are those little moments throughout your day where you press pause. Try this. The 4-7-8 breath. When you feel tension rising, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do this just 3 times. It's like a system reboot for your nervous system. The 5 things game. When overwhelmed, name 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. It grounds you instantly. Laughter breaks. Watch a funny clip daily. Real belly laughs lower cortisol, the stress hormone, by nearly 40% in minutes. And here's my favorite stress buster for brain health: leisurely walking in nature without headphones. Let your mind wander as you take in the sights and sounds. Studies show this soft fascination reduces stress and boosts creativity more than structured exercise. Sure. Bringing it all together, your brain-healthy lifestyle. Now you might be thinking, that's a lot to remember, but here's the beautiful part. These habits naturally support each other. When you sleep better, habit number 3, you have more energy to move. Habit number 1, when you manage stress. Habit number 5, you make better food choices. Habit number 2, it's a virtuous cycle. Start small. Pick one habit to focus on this week. Maybe it's adding blueberries to your breakfast or trying that 4-7-8 breathing when the news gets stressful. Small steps create big changes over time. Remember, your brain is always capable of growth, a concept scientists call neuroplasticity. Every positive choice you make creates new connections, strengthens existing ones, and builds what researchers call cognitive reserve, your brain's ability to withstand age-related changes. Your next steps. I'd love to hear which of these habits resonates most with you. Maybe you've already noticed how afternoon walks clear your mind, or how certain foods give you mental clarity. Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Every week, we share practical, science-backed tips to help you thrive after 60. And remember, aging might be inevitable, but cognitive decline isn't. With these habits, you're not just preserving your memories, you're creating a richer, sharper, more vibrant today. Here's to your brilliant brain at every age. Part 3, the final habit and tying it all together. You know, there's something powerful that happens when we combine all these brain-boosting habits. It's not just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. And the final habit I want to share with you today might be the most transformative of all. Habit number 5, cultivate purpose, your brain's secret weapon. Research from Rush University Medical Center found something remarkable. Seniors with a strong sense of purpose had a 2.4 times lower risk of developing Alzheimer's. That's not a small number. Your why, your reason for getting up in the morning, is like fertilizer for your brain cells. But here's what I hear from many viewers. I'm retired now. How do I find that purpose? Let me share 3 simple ways. 1. The 15-minute legacy. Every morning, ask yourself, how can I make someone's life better today? It could be as simple as calling a lonely neighbor or teaching your grandchild how to bake your famous cookies. These small acts create ripples of meaning. 2. Become a mentor. That wisdom you've accumulated, it's gold. Volunteer to tutor kids at the local school or offer career advice to young people in your field. When you share what you know, your brain lights up in remarkable ways. 3. Start a curiosity project. Always wanted to learn about astronomy? Fascinated by family history? Dedicate 30 minutes a day to exploring something that fascinates you. The combination of learning and anticipation is rocket fuel for cognition. The beautiful synergy of these habits. When you move your body, habit number 1, you get more oxygen to your brain. When you eat those brain foods, habit number 2, you're giving your neurons the best possible fuel. Quality sleep, habit number 3, cleans out the metabolic trash, while novel challenges, habit number 4, build new neural pathways. And purpose, that's what ties it all together. It's the spark that makes all these habits sustainable. I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself 1 year from now. You've been practicing these habits consistently. How do you feel walking into a room full of people? How clearly are you thinking? How vibrant do you feel? That future is absolutely within your reach. Making it stick. The 2-day rule. Here's my challenge to you. Never let 2 days go by without practicing at least one of these habits. Missed your walk yesterday? Today is non-negotiable. Forgot to eat those brain foods? The next meal is your opportunity. This flexible approach prevents the all-or-nothing thinking that derails so many well-intentioned plans. And please, share in the comments which habit you're committing to first. Your accountability helps you stick with it, and your story might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear today. If this video helped you, pay it forward. Hit that share button and send it to one friend who'd benefit. And of course, subscribe if you haven't yet. We're building a community here of people proving every day that life after 60 can be the most rewarding chapter yet. Remember what the poet May Sarton wrote, there is only one voyage, the voyage of becoming. No matter your age, your brain is always capable of growing, learning, and thriving. Here's to your journey. May it be long, may it be joyful, and may it be sharp as a tack.